guys, it's Hollie for Access, and when I was watching all the PlayStation 4 videos that came from E3, one of the very first trailers I saw was that for Hohokum, and I got so excited it was a little bit unreal. And I'm even more excited because I am here with Rich from Honeyslug, and we're going to be talking a little bit about what is Hohokum?
What is it? It's a strange exploring game where you control a character which is like a big, long, colourful line with an eye on the end of it. And you fly through a bunch of different worlds, and you're just kind of exploring and figuring out what is going on in these worlds. And it's a game where, at least as much as it's a game where there are things to do and there are things to achieve and goals, really we're trying to make something which feels expressive and exuberant, and where just moving around and just being in the world and just kind of having these interactions and listening to cool music is as important as like achieving things or making progress.
Where does an idea like this even come from? Where did it develop? What was its roots?
So this game's a collaboration between Honeyslug and a friend of mine, an artist called Richard Hogg. And Dick and I have been friends for years. And about, I don't know, I suppose around the start of the time we started Honeyslug, he sent me an image of just something which was like, hey, let's make a video game together, and here's a starting point. And we've kind of been on this journey of like working on it in bits and pieces over a long period of time, and it's gone through all kinds of changes over the years, and it's gradually kind of morphed into what it is. There was like a mini golf game at some point. It's been lots of different things, but there's a kind of common sensibility. When you go back and play the earlier versions of the game, you can definitely sort of see some of the elements in the version we have now that kind of trying to fight their way through. It's a very organic, gradual process.
Now, it's not just all about floating around, listening to the music. There's some kind of very light, story-based elements. Do you want to talk us through some of the ones you've already shown us, some of the ones that have been already on the demos that we've seen here today?
Sure. So in this place here, we can see behind us, it's a village. I guess it's kind of a rural place. It's not a bustling place. It's kind of a small, quiet community of these little guys, and they have a ritual of flying kites. So right up at the top, just above their village, there's this huge set of hills, giant hills, and the idea is that they stand on these hills and fly these kind of ceremonial kites. And what you do in this place is you find the guys can ride on you. Like one of the central ideas of Hohokum is that people can ride on your back and you can carry them around. And there are these kind of big seeds, I guess they're a bit like pine cones, and you can pick them up, the guys will pick them up and then plant them on these hills, and then they'll kind of hatch into these kites.
Now, if anyone's seen the trailer, now that's what got me, was this music. This just made me feel good, but there's something really special about the people that you're working with, right? Do you want to tell us some more about the music? So
the music is a collaboration with a record label called Ghostly International. When we, a long way back before we were working with Studio Santa Monica, we made a kind of playlist of our musical inspiration for this game. Like, music was always a really important thing, and we had a whole bunch of tracks that we were like actually playing in the game as backgrounds to certain places, and a bunch of those artists were on Ghostly. And so when we went to work with Santa Monica and we were talking about what approach we take for the music, they were like, well, we know the record label boss of Ghostly. We could just go and talk to them about maybe talking to some of these artists directly and actually using this music in the game. And then that kind of grew out into, well, let's just collaborate with Ghostly and work with a whole bunch of their artists. So there are some back catalogue tracks, but there are also a whole bunch of bespoke tracks made by some of our favourite musicians. It's just so exciting. We send videos and images and descriptions of what happens in the places, and then they kind of respond to that and compose a piece of music. The trailer music is a track by Tycho, which is completely bespoke, unreleased.
Damn you, because I've been trying to find it as soon as I found it on the internet. So yeah, there you go, guys. I mean, Hohokum will be coming for PlayStation 3, PlayStation Vita, PlayStation 4 in 2014. Stay tuned for Access for even more news, and don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel.